Tema, which used to boast as one of Ghana's foremost planned cities, is gradually losing its shine. And some have described the city as a decaying city due to a number of factors, including what you can see in your picture, where you find transit trucks parking by the shoulders of the road here on the Harbour Road, exposing motorists to a lot of danger. Residents have been expressing concerns over this issue and would want to speak to Masaudu, who is a concerned citizen here in Tema, about the situation and what he makes of the situation.
As for this particular road, the transit people have taken over the road and it has narrowed the road. It has made sometimes when you want to cross the road, you don't see your view well. And it has caused 1 or 2 accidents on this road. Several accidents, not 1 or 2. And because of here, the street light and other things too are not working. When they park, darkness overshadow the area and robbers too also attack. The zebra crossing too is fate. So even the children crossing, a car has hit children 1 or 2 or 3 times here due to this particular situation. And it seems the authorities are not concerned with it. A number of accidents has happened, which I've seen it with my own eyes. Yeah, I think a tanker driver, a small car, 2 cars, and the road was too narrow. So the other car need to hit the big truck on the road. The other uses the transit cars which are parked on the road. So they have been seeing it, and the police people are all aware because this is their route.
In the evening, it's dangerous. We need to move even if the road is swelling because of the weight. It's spoiling the road. When you talk to them that they should not park here, then they are fighting with you. The Burkina, I don't know whether Burkina or Mali. So you don't need them. And the people are complaining. Because sometimes when people drop from the car to cross, if you don't watch it well, you hit by a car. It's very dangerous. So we need to remove it here. We need to remove them.
Have you had any experience yourself or anybody hit by vehicle?
Yeah, several times. So nowadays we have some guys who normally stand here with a flag to direct the people to cross the road. Otherwise, they will hit by a car. It's very, very dangerous. In the evening, you can't stand them. All the time, I fight with them. We were very concerned to TMA. We reported to commander, the regional commander. I called them. They came here. Still, they are still parking. You don't know. This is our problem. We need to remove them. It's very dangerous. They are spoiling the road.
This is Community 8, number 3 primary school, right by the road that goes to the harbour. Now, when the kids close from school, they come to this particular bus stop here and they cross to the other side of the road to pick vehicles into their various homes. But right across the road is what you can see, the trucks parked there. And according to residents, this is actually exposing the school kids to a lot of danger.
This transit driver defends the illegal act with this excuse.
This is a sort of the thing with the park for here. Both times, if you come out for the fishing harbor, they not go give you your money, your allowance, your everything. So that if you know, say you take that, if you don't go, you know, say you dey road talk, you don't go. But they go fit come park you for here. They go say they go bring you money. You go fit park like 3 days, 4 days before you go see the agent. You go bring the money for you. If like you load finish, they give you your money, your papers, your details, everything. You do your road top. You don't go park for here. We dey park for here, they steal us. They steal our battery, our diesel. So you know we our problem. Me I dey here like 3 days with that. Park for here. Since Friday, no I come for here.
When contacted, the Executive Secretary for Joint Association of Port Transport Unions, Japtu Ibrahim Musa, attributed 3 core factors as the root cause behind this menace.
As a union, there are a number of factors that are contributing to that situation over there. Key in that is the fact that we do not have a designated truck park for loaded trucks that exit from the port. The GPHA has shown the way by providing a truck park that is mostly used by empty trucks behind the Community 1 timber market. This is a facility that GPHA made huge investment in acquisition, in putting in the required features and facilities. We have a mosque, we have washrooms, we have the required security, lighting, and all of that. But this is primarily used by empty trucks. Well, that is one reason, the lack of conducive parking space. The second factor from our investigation also has to do with the delay in the payment of advance by cargo owners and their agents. Most of the time, once the cargo is loaded, the transporter has to wait for the advance to be paid, which is part payment for that contract. Now, until the payment is made, we are unable as transporters to officially start the trip. So sometimes you see these trucks parked there waiting to receive their advance. I remember 3 years ago at the sensitization forum that is organized annually by the Shippers Authority for transporters, this issue came up very strongly to the point that as a union we were even pushing for a policy of no advance, no loading, so that before a truck enters the port, at least the driver or the transporter would have given the advance. So once you are cleared with the documentation side and you exit the port, you have no reason to loiter or park at unapproved or unauthorized locations. And then finally, some of these trucks also park there for reasons that I'm sure you might be interested in investigating further, to do some axle with control facilitation. That's how I choose to put it. You realize that in most towns where you have axle stations, you'll find a lot of obviously overloaded trucks parked. Our little investigation shows that these trucks are also parked there because something has to happen at the axle control stations to allow them easy access to go. So these are three of the factors that are combining to account for the problem that we see there.
Even though officials of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, GPHA, declined speaking publicly, they maintained the drivers have no justification for parking on the shoulders of the road, since this transit terminal, which can take up to 205 trucks at a go, has what it takes to contain the situation. But the executive secretary of JAP2 vehemently disagrees.
Within the whole Tema port community, aside the new truck park and the Banda Yard, and the new truck park takes maximum 400 trucks, Banda Yard can do at most 120. Meanwhile, we have over 8,000 trucks registered to do business in the port community. So if at any given time 20% of these trucks are within the port community, you can imagine the size of congestion that we will witness. But primarily, it has to do with the inability of the assembly to provide us with space for parking.
Reacting to the concern, MC of Tema Metropolitan Assembly, Johan Ama Ashite, assured that comprehensive strategies are well underway to end the menace.
Yes, it's come to my attention. Before I took over, we used to have lots more of this long tracks. You know, these are tracks who are actually plying the road, and they belong to different nationals. Most of them are not Ghanaian tracks. Some are from Burkina Faso, some are from Cote d'Ivoire, some are from Togo. So they are multinational, and then based on the protocol, I mean, if you're dealing with them, we have to be a little bit careful. But we were able to meet with GPHA. We were able to get a location around the Loop Oil area, and that took a huge chunk of them. We still have some which are still there. As we speak now, there's another place that we've identified. We have a contractor now who is putting things together to get a place in shape. Once this is done, then we should be able to move the remainder to that particular facility. And after that, we shouldn't have problem. But you see, normally, if they are ordinary tracks, there's a way we deal with them. But these are tracks that are coming from different nationals, and they are here to do business. So if you're here to do business and we have issues such as this with space and all that, we handle them a little bit differently than those who are here and they know the law and the rules, and then we take it up from there. But I'm much more positive that with the new location that we've located around the TTL area and the contractor who has come in now, I believe strongly that within about 2 to 3 months, we should have this thing under full control such that you wouldn't see any truck parked by our roadside around that period. That place could take about 100 trucks, and the trucks we see on the road are 20-25 now. So I believe that the 100 trucks could all be parked there. And we are still looking for other areas to see if it's possible that in the near future we can have more places that we can dedicate or allocate to trucks of this nature. And I know GPHE themselves too have a new terminal that is also coming up. And when it's finished, I think that this would actually solve and nip the problem in the bud once and for all. But for us here at Assembly, we have a place now, and we are sure within 2 to 3 months, it should be completed. And when it's done, this menace on our road should cease within the metropolis.
Indeed, in spite of these challenges, the MC of the Metropolitan Assembly believes all hope is not lost and that Tema will regain its shine. Reporting from the premises of the Tema Metropolitan Assembly, my name is Carlos Caloni for Joy News.